Hello, hello, fellow students. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope each and every one of you is doing good. I am teacher Ojong Elvis. You can as well call me Teacher Roy, your English teacher. Once more, it's my privilege to reach out to you guys again via this media. And today we are going to continue with our lesson where we stopped last time. And today we shall be talking about city and space. Continuation, city and space. Last time we did talk about the topic city and space. We touched some vocabulary, some places. So could you please try to remember some of the things we did talk about last time with regards to city and space? Yeah, last time we talked about the various places in our community, like the shopping mall, school, market, restaurants, train stations, airport, and all whatnot. Those are the various places that we have in our city. Talk about park, beaches, and all that, isn't it? So we're going to continue from where we stopped last time as this lesson unfolds. So now let's continue to the next slide and see what we have. Okay, so here basically we are going to read and complete this activity. This activity is trying to describe the position of city, of places in a city. So we are going to try to read and then fill in the blank. So let's read together. Here we go. Listen and repeat after me, please. This is a map of my town. You can see my school. It is next to the library. Opposite the library is a supermarket. Behind the supermarket is the bank. There is a big bookshop in my town. It is opposite the restaurant. In front of the restaurant is a bus stop. I take a bus to school from there. All right, that's great. So now this is the exercise. We have school, cinema, dash, swimming pool, dash, hospital, dash, and 4, 5 restaurant. Now we are going to use the information provided for us in this paragraph to fill the blank spaces. Now let's start here. They said school dash cinema. Now he said this is a map of my town. This is a town and this is the map. Now you can see my school. Okay, this is school. It is next to the library. So school is next to, you know what is next to? The library. So what we have here is library, next to the library. Okay, then it says opposite the library is a supermarket. Behind the supermarket is the bank. There is a big bookshop in my town. Oh my God. It is opposite there. It is opposite the restaurant. In front of the restaurant is a bus stop. I take a bus to school from there. Okay, so we have the cinema, and next we have the swimming pool, hospital. It says that you can see a school next to the library. Opposite the library is a supermarket. Opposite the library is a supermarket. So this is the library, and opposite the library is a supermarket. The supermarket is opposite the library. So when we click there, we have the library. Okay. And it says that behind the supermarket is the bank. Behind the supermarket is the bank. So we're not concerned with that. There is a big bookshop in my town. It is opposite the restaurant. So we have a bookshop in my town. It is opposite the restaurant. So you know where the bookshop is supposed to be here. In front of the restaurant is a bus stop. In front of the restaurant is a bus stop. So we're having a bus stop here. And in front of the restaurant, I take a bus there from here to school. So what is number 3? Because here we're having swimming pool. Now, opposite the library is a supermarket, and behind the supermarket is a bank. Behind the supermarket is the bank. Behind, this is opposite, and this is behind the supermarket. So what we have here is bank. And then it says that the bookshop, there's a bookshop in my town. It is opposite the restaurant. It is in front of the restaurant, bookshop. I take a bus from here to school. Now we have opposite the library, behind the supermarket, there is a big bookshop in my town. In front of the restaurant is a bus stop. I take a bus here to school. So what is number 4? Let's look at number 4 now. You can see it is next to the library. Opposite the library is a supermarket. Behind the supermarket is the bank. There is a big bookshop in my town. Opposite the bookshop is the restaurant. Opposite the bookshop is the restaurant. So meaning that here is the bookshop. It's a big bookshop. Opposite the bookshop is the restaurant. This is the restaurant. And in front of the restaurant is a bus stop. So here in front of the restaurant is a bus stop. Here we have a bus stop. So that's make that paragraph complete. So we have library. This is a map of my town. Okay, you can see my school. It is next to the library. School next to the library. Okay. Opposite the library is a supermarket. Opposite. This is the library, this is the supermarket. Opposite is the supermarket. Behind the supermarket is the bank. This is behind the supermarket is the bank. Is this. There is a big bookshop in my town. Okay, there is a big bookshop. This is the bookshop. It is opposite the restaurant. It's opposite the restaurant. This is the restaurant. In front of the restaurant is a bus stop. In front of this restaurant, we have a bus stop here. Okay. All right, let's move on. So here we're going to listen to our word box. We'll listen and say this vocabulary. So listen, point,
Students
and say.
book, Unit 5, Lesson 2, Size 1. Listen, point, and repeat.
Comet,
Comet,
planet,
planet,
spaceship,
spaceship,
rocket,
rocket,
satellite,
satellite,
space station,
space station,
astronaut,
astronaut,
Earth,
Earth,
Mars,
Mars. Okay, let's listen again. Comet, planet, spaceship, rocket, satellite, space station, astronaut, Earth, Mars. Okay, so those are the vocabulary. Make sure you go through them as many times as possible until you could have a good understanding of the pronunciation and their meaning. Next, we're going to have to listen and number. Listen and number. Let's listen first.
Exercise 2. Listen and number.
1. Neil Armstrong is an astronaut. 2. The astronaut is in a spaceship. 3. You can see a satellite in the sky. 4. They work in the space station. 5. We live on Earth. 6. A rocket is in the sky. 7. Mars is a planet.
Mars is a planet.
8. There's a comet in the sky.
All right, let's listen again and then we put our answers together.
Listen and number.
1.
1. Neil Armstrong is an astronaut.
Neil Armstrong is an astronaut.
2. The astronaut is in a spaceship.
The astronaut is in a spaceship.
3. You can see a satellite in the sky.
3. You can see a satellite in the
4.
sky.
They work in the space station.
They work in the space station.
5. We live on Earth.
We live on Earth.
6. A rocket is in the sky.
A rocket is in the sky.
7. Mars is a planet.
Mars is a planet.
8. There's a comet in the sky.
There is a comet in the sky. This is it. Okay. So let's put our answers. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let me just bring it back. And then let's listen again and then we'll put in the answers.
Listen and number.
So check your answers now if they are correct.
1. Neil Armstrong is an astronaut.
Neil Armstrong is an astronaut.
2. The astronaut is in a spaceship.
The astronaut is in a spaceship.
3. You can see a satellite in the sky.
You can see a satellite in the sky.
4. They work in the space station.
They work in the space station.
5. We live on Earth.
5. We live on Earth.
6. A rocket is in the sky.
6. A rocket is in the sky.
7. Mars is a planet.
7. Mars is a planet.
8. There's a comet in the sky.
There is a comet in the sky. So check your answers and see if you have that listening activity correct. With that, we move to our next exercise. Thank you. Okay, now here we're going to listen and write. We'll listen and write. Let's listen together. Okay, this excerpt cannot play. I don't know why. So I will read and I will read and say the answers myself. John is an, so what is this? Look at this image. He is traveling in a dash. So what do we have to put here? Try to answer the questions in your book. John is an, he is traveling in a, what is this? How do we call it? He is going to the, okay, what is this? In the sky, he can see a dash. So what is this? A dash and a dash. So if we check, you check back at the vocabulary, you're going to see these images and what they represent so that we can write down the answers. So number one, John is an, what is your answer? Check your answer if you have finished. John is an, write the answer. What is the answer here? Try to write it in your book. Look at the image and write the answer here. Next, he is traveling in a Dutch. So what is this? Write the answer. He is going to the Dutch. Okay. So you write the answer. In the sky, he can see a, what is this? And this and a Dutch. Okay, so let's check the answers and see if you are correct. John is an, this is an astronaut. John is an astronaut. He is traveling in a rocket, spaceship rocket. So he's traveling in a spaceship. You can see that. He is going to space station. This is a space station. He is going to the space station. In the sky, he can see a satellite. Satellite. A planet. And a comet. Okay, so this is this exercise. John is an astronaut. He is traveling in a spaceship. He is going to the space station. In the sky, he can see a satellite, a planet, and a comet. So this is our answer for this exercise. Make sure you check if you have it correct. Now here we're going to look and say, what can you see in picture A, in picture A and picture B? So in picture A, what can you see in picture A? I can see the stars. So I can see the stars. These are stars. What can you see in picture B? I can see the moon. This is the moon. Again, another question. What other vocabulary can we use here? What can you see in picture A? What else can you see? What is this? Okay. So you said, I can see the moon. What can you see in picture B? I can see the, what is it? Satellite. Satellite. What can you see in picture A? I can see the clouds. What can you see in picture B? I can see the comet. So in picture A, I can see the cloud, the moon, and the star. Picture B, what can you see? I can see the moon, the satellite, the star, and the comet. Okay, so that is how we do this activity here. What can you see? See, I can see there. I can see there. All right. Now let's move to this slide. Here, read the question, listen, and answer. And we are going to read the activity that about Johnson, who traveled to this space and cycled the correct answer. We are going to listen and cycle the correct answer.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson. Please tell us about your job.
Listen and answer.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson. Please tell us about your job. Well, I went by rocket to space station. I lived there from March till May. Was it cold there? It was always cold in space. There were 4 astronauts in the space station. We worked a lot, but we had fun too. How many hours did you work? 12 to 14 hours a day. We controlled the space station and we did experiments. What do astronauts eat? Lots of different food. Fruit, vegetables, meat, macaroni, and pizza. What time did you go to bed? About 8 in the evening, Earth time. We sleep about 8 hours. Are you happy to be back on Earth? Yes, but I was happy when I was in the space station too.
Okay, so now we have January, March, hot, cold, 5 and 4, 5. Meet different things, not happy, happy. So now listen again and underline and circle the correct option. After that, I will show the answer and then you can check if your answers are correct. Let's listen again.
Read the questions, listen, and answer.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson. Please tell us about your job. Well, I went by rocket to space station. I lived there from March till May. Was it cold there? It was always cold in space. There were 4 astronauts in the space station. We worked a lot, but we had fun too. How many hours did you work? 12 to 14 hours a day. We controlled the space station and we did experiments. What do astronauts eat? Lots of different food. Fruit, vegetables, meat, macaroni, and pizza. What time did you go to bed? About 8 in the evening, Earth time. We sleep about 8 hours. Are you happy to be back on Earth? Yes, but I was happy when I was in the space station too.
Okay, so now let's answer our question. Number 1 says, Tony Johnson went to the space station in, what is the answer? Is it January or March? March. Do you have it correct? Number 2, it's hot / cold in space. What is the answer? What is your answer? Let's find out if you have it correct. Cold in space. 4 / 5 astronauts work in the space station. Do you have it correct? Is it 4 or 5? 4. Do you have it correct? Astronauts eat meat / different things. Which is correct? Eat meat or different things? Different things. Tony Johnson was not happy to be on Earth. Not happy / happy, which is correct? Check your answer. Happy to be on Earth. So this is how this exercise unfolded. So do you have the answer correct? If not, then you could do the correction now. With that, we move to our next slide and see what is there for us. Now here we're going to complete Tom's letter. Tom's letter, use the word from the box. So we'll have spaceship, space station, astronaut, Mars. So when you complete Tom's letter, we use this word. Dear Tony Johnson, sorry. Dear Tony Johnson, I like space. I want to be an dash like you. Okay, so what's the answer option here? Try to check it and write it down. I want to travel in a dash. I want to walk on the dash. One day, I want to go dash. Yours truly, Tom Copper. So what is the right answer here? Let's put the answers together. I like space. Dear Tony Johnson, I like space. I want to be an astronaut. Do you have it correct? Like you. Okay, so I want to travel in a, so what is the answer here? What is your answer? My own answer is spaceship, spaceship, okay, spaceship. I want to walk in, I want to walk on there. I want to walk on there. Space station, on the space station. So that was it. One day I want to go to Mars, space station. One day I want to go to Mars. Yours truly, Tom Cooper. So this is the answers to this activity. Do you have it correct? Do you have them correct? If you did, fine. If not, then you do the correction. So with that, we would come to the end of this lesson for today. We don't want to make it long. And thank you guys for being there. See you again next week for our new lesson, for the continuation of this topic. Have a splendid new week. Take care of yourself and goodbye.